Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Makar. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. Shalom to the Aqua sisters as well too, and I say shalom. And the Heavenly Father's true name is Yahweh, and his unbegotten Son, Ba'Hashem, in the name of Mashiach, Yahushua. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, Delashua Kadash, the Holy Tongue. And I say shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of this recent news article I'm about to do a sit-down lesson on. This was published by Brad Dress from thehill.com, huffmaking.com, updated November the 2nd, 2023 at 10:10 p.m. And it reads, Israeli military enters Gaza City to fight main Hamas forces. It says that Israeli soldiers have entered Gaza City after completing an enrichment of urban area home to the main force of the Palestinian military groups. Hamas will now face an array of challenges fighting in the dense city. The Israeli Defense Force spokesperson Daniel Hagari said after the encircling Gaza City, Navy ships and aircrafts are now assisting infantry arming to strike command and control centers, rocket launches, sites, and other Hamas infrastructure. Hagari said combat engineers are also working towards demolishing and neutralizing explosives and other hazard to allow troops to move more freely in the area. It says other forces are killing groups in close combat in any place in which fighting is required. If it is difficult, the IDF and its soldiers have upper hand. And it says at a press briefing on Thursday, the IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzeg Havali said earlier Thursday in a statement on television that the Israeli forces will operate in the heart of the Gaza City and were fighting face-to-face battles. It says these forces are fighting in the urban-type areas, he said. It requires professional fighting and a lot of courage. The push in the Gaza City comes after Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu posed with soldiers and his forces were in the outskirts of Gaza City and preparing to advance and win. Nothing will stop us, Netanyahu wrote on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. It says the Israeli push into the Gaza City is less than a week after Netanyahu announced the second phase of the war and expanding ground operation in Gaza marks what is expected to be a start of a brutal campaign of fighting. It says soldiers will have to fight house by house in some instance and enter the vast neighborhood, the booby-trapped tunnels underneath the city if they want to complete destroy Hamas, which is the stated objective of Israel. Already has 18 Israeli soldiers have been killed according to the IDF. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. I'm gonna bring out another news article as well from RT. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. But when ye should hear of wars and commotions, it says, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Things to come. Luke 21, verse 10, and it reads, Then say he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. I'll go to another news article that I want to bring out. Let's see. Now you have Hamas just entered. Now you have the Israeli Defense Force just entered the Gaza City as they preparing for a ground assault against Hamas. And this is another news article from RT.com as of November 2nd, 2023. And it reads, Hamas vows to make Gaza invasion curse for Israel. The Israeli Defense Force said earlier on Thursday that it has surrounded Gaza City in the northern part of the enclave. A continual Israeli ground operation in Gaza will have a catastrophic consequences for West Jerusalem, Hamas military wing Al-Qassam Bridget said on Thursday, according to the AFP. Gaza will be a curse of history for Israel, a spokesperson for the military group Abu El Obeidia, if I pronounced that right, said in an audio address. The news agencies reported he also told Israel to expect heavy casualties among its forces, adding that more of the Israeli soldiers will return in black bags. It says, so far the Israeli Defense Force has confirmed the deaths of 17 of its soldiers. In the ongoing operation early on Thursday, the IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari says Israel's forces have fully enlarged Gaza City in the northern part of the enclave. It says Israeli soldiers have completed the encirclement of the city, Gaza. The center of the Hamas organization told journalists the Israelis also ruled out the idea of a ceasefire. From what I heard from according to RT.com, said that's not on the table. And then not too long ago, recently, Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the offer of a ceasefire for both sides. So that shows you this is going to be definitely a long battle between Hamas and the Israeli Defense Force. It says near future, the concept of a ceasefire is not currently on the table. Yeah, I just mentioned that. At all, Haragi said when he was asked about the issue. It says West Jerusalem has been facing growing pressure from the UN and humanitarian groups for a ceasefire, amid the rising death toll from Gaza civilians and fearing of the conflict spreading elsewhere in the Middle East, right? Over there in Jordan, over there in Lebanon, over there in Syria, over there in Iraq, throughout the Gaza Strip, throughout the West Bank, throughout the Palestinian territory, and throughout Israel and Jerusalem, and Tel Aviv as well too. It says, speaking on Wednesday, U.S. President Joe Biden support of calling for a complete cessation of hostility, urging for a humanitarian pause. Instead, the U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken also claimed this week that Washington is determined to deter any escalations on the ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, the toll of Gaza has surpassed 8,800 people since October 7th, including more than 3,600 children. And the UN claimed Thursday, citing local authorities, some 22,240 people. 1144 called La Yabashmel Shah. 22,200 people in the Palestinian enclave has been injured. It added, the international body also condemned an airstrike the IDF launched on Wednesday, which targeted a densely populated Jabalia refugee camp, North Gaza. I believe they did another launch of a strike on a similar refugee camp for the second time, I believe, as of Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, because today is Friday, because the time zones are kind of different. It says, arguing that such action could amount war crimes. Israel insisted that it was targeting the group's infrastructure built near the civilian buildings, was acting on precise intelligence. Hamas said that none of its leaders was present at the Jabalia camp at the time of the strike. It's the book of Luke 21 and verse 10. Then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Luke 21 and verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. This recent news article that I just brought out, and this was the first news article that I just brought out as of November the 2nd, 2023, published by Brad Hill from thehill.com at 10:10 p.m. November 2nd, 2023, and it reads: Israeli military enters Gaza City to fight main forces. And the second news article, once again, that I just recently read, and this is from RT.com as of November 2nd, 2023, RTWorldNews.com, as it says again, Hamas vows to make Gaza invasion a curse for Israel. So the escalations are definitely building up between the Hamas and versus the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Force, and that goes into the Matthew 24 in verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying of these two news articles and the scriptures as well too that I use pertain to these two news articles. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem HaKarkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And shalom to the Aquaf sisters as well too. And I say shalom. And the Heavenly Father's true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwa Kadas, and until next time, I will say Shalom.